Chris Jameson here, SF Lending, your hard money lender for life. Welcome to Hard Money 105, where to find hard money. Now, hard money is everywhere these days. You can find it in RIA groups, referrals, online, Facebook, Google, anywhere. I'm gonna go through what to look for and what to look out for when you're looking for a hard money lender. So first off, RIA groups. Most RIAs, regardless if they're local, regional, or national, are gonna have a list of vendors. You can find them on meetup.com or searching for RIA groups. Find them, join them, start networking. The best thing to do with the RIA groups as far as finding vendors and hard money lenders is to go to the events and start networking with people. Talk to people, ask about reputation, different things that are important to you when finding a hard money lender. There's also mentor groups. You can find regional ones like Lifestyles Unlimited, that's brick and mortar, or you've got the national ones like Rich Dad and Fortune Builders. They also have access to lenders. So check out those groups, see what's good for you. There's also referrals. So you can talk to people that are in the business, get to know them. There's a lot of experienced people out there. You can find them just about anywhere. Look on Facebook groups. You can find investors that are active, that have access to lenders. You can find lenders themselves on Facebook groups. You can Google them, look for them, search them. The most important thing to do, however, is to ask around before committing to a hard money lender. So you've got reputation, you've got experience, you've got ability to fund, and other factors that are going to be important for you determining what lender you want to go with. So make sure that you ask around. If you go to these networking events, you go to these mentor groups, even online, forums, places like Propelio.tv or Bigger Pockets or My House Deals, whatever. They've got vendor accounts set up. Go ahead and check out lenders and then go to your local groups and make sure that they have a good reputation, they're knowledgeable, they're experienced, they're reliable, they're dependable. So when you've got a situation that comes up and you've got to close in a few days, they're not going to leave you hanging high and dry without funds at the closing table. You also want to make sure they have easy to understand loan programs. That means that they disclose everything up front. They're not bait and switch. They're not going to try to get you into a loan product, overpromise and underdeliver. They're going to be upfront with their fees, costs, and processes that's easy and simple to understand in layman's terms. The devil's in the details, so make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you sign anything. You want to look out for hidden fees and costs that aren't disclosed to you and penalties like I was mentioning before, the 6-month term, right? Some of the extension agreements can jump the interest rate from 10, 12, 14% all the way up to 18% just under usury in the state of Texas. You also want to make sure that the lender's not doing in-house appraisals, because what that does is that gets you into a loan that the lender wants to put you in regardless of what the true value of the house is. It's best to get a third-party opinion from a third-party appraisal that doesn't have any interest in your deal. You also want to watch out for lenders that have a reputation that's loan to own. That means their foreclosure rate is really high, sometimes 10, 15%. Also, if they're a new hard money lender, you want to make sure that they're not making mistakes on your dime. That's going to cost you time and money. You want to understand the draw process, make sure it's not over controlling, it's flexible. You can do as many or as few draws as you want and know what the draw fee is up front. Average is probably about $100 to $150 per draw. That's the cost that it takes for the hard money lender to send an inspector out to verify the work is done that you said was going to be done to get your money that's held in escrow. Typically it's $100 to $150. Be on the lookout for ones that charge in excess of $300. That's a little bit too much. So overall, in general, all lenders and all service businesses really, you get to choose 2 items from quality, speed, or cost. Most of the time, they're going to be fast, but cost more, have higher quality and cost more, or be slow and very cheap. Remember, cheapest is not always the least expensive. So the cheapest option that costs you the least amount of money up front isn't necessarily the best option in the long run. You want to set yourself up for success. That means you get educated up front. Know what it is that you're getting yourself into. Understand the basics of a hard money loan. Look at these videos, share these videos, send them to friends that want to get into business, because everyone these days wants to get into the house flipping business because they've watched HGTV or DIY. Go ahead and check out some groups, find out what interests you and the exit strategy that you want to go after. If you're looking at flipping houses, join groups that cater to that. If you're looking at buying and holding and building passive income, join groups to cater to that. One thing you want to watch out for is if these groups have membership levels, you want to make sure that you still have the money to do a deal if you pay money to join the program. So if these programs are $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, one, they've got to match your long-term goals and be able to still do a deal if you pay that membership. Too many times I've seen people that join these kind of groups don't have money to scratch 2 nickels together to still be able to do a deal. So they join, they put stuff on their credit cards, and then they don't have the ability to do the deal. Check out, if you don't have money like that, check out free things like Propelio Academy, where you can get all the information that you need without having to pay $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. Also, you want to vet your mentors. You want to make sure that the people selling you stuff actually have experience in the local market, which is very important, and have the ability to best take care of your needs. Don't use best case scenario decision making. That means don't always go into a deal thinking that if I can scrape $10,000 off the rehab, or if I could sell it for $5,000 more, then I can make money. The best strategy that I can tell you is to make sure that you make money no matter what. So you use worst case scenario decision making. Worst case scenario, if I've got to replace this roof, it's going to cost me $6,000, I'm still going to make money. So if you start making decisions where best case scenario, you're going to make money, that's when you start losing money. You want to analyze deals, making sure worst case scenario, you're still going to break even or make money. Have a detailed rehab plan. I'll go into a little bit deeper discussion on rehab plans, do's and don'ts, should do, could do's, working with a contractor, whatnot. So you want to make sure that you have an idea of what the rehab plan really is before you get into a deal. Your hard money lender should be able to take the rehab estimate that you are proposing to them you're going to do on the subject house, and they're going to send that to the third-party appraiser to make sure that the rehab that you're doing to the house is going to match the comps in the area, okay? You can't take a rehab that's minimal, where you're doing a low-end rental type rehab to it, and use comps where they're completely decked out, they've got granite, they've got tile and hardwood and everything like that, and compare the two together. They're not apples to apples. You also want to communicate when things go sideways. So if you have issues that are coming up on the rehab and maybe things are going over budget and you haven't accounted for them, you want to make sure to talk to your lender ahead of time and let them know these hiccups are coming up. It's not the best idea to wait until a bunch of problems come up and then dump them on your lender, letting them know that you don't have any more money or you've exhausted your reserve account and you can't make the monthly payment. The lender's not going to deal with you if you haven't communicated with them through this process so that you guys can work together. This should be more like a partnership, a team type deal. They've got your back and you're letting them know of things as they come up instead of all of once at the end. That's all for Hard Money 105, Where to Find Hard Money. This is Chris Jameson with SF Lending, your hard money lender for life. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. My information's on the screen.